Hi everybody, welcome to my homestead and welcome to the pasture. I just wanted to give a couple more thoughts about President Holland and what he said at BYU. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video if you like it, hit the notification bell, and make sure to leave comments because I'd love to hear what you think. So, I've been following this and maybe you have too, and I'm sure it comes to you as no surprise that there has been a lot of contention online over what happened at BYU when President Holland addressed a lot of these kind of wayward professors that are pushing not just the rainbow agenda, but other things that go contrary to church doctrine, up to and including socialist ideas and secular ideas, and basically helping students to kind of diminish their faith and become more secular, right? And as I've been looking through these comments just everywhere, YouTube, Facebook, I realized that this was basically just another separating event. And when I say separating, I mean like the general authorities may not have intended it to be this way, but a separation of wheat and tares, because I've been just absolutely astonished to see how many people claim to be LDS, and they're saying that Elder Holland was wrong, or they were like upset with what he said, and just like going against what, like, how is it that you're going to be in the church and you're going to go against what the apostles say or the prophet? Like, at what point in church history was that ever a good idea? Right? It's like, if you believe that this is the restored church of Jesus Christ, then you believe that, like, literally, that the church that he set up when he was here on the earth is back, and that the apostles that you read about in the New Testament, that calling and that position is back. It's here again. Like, is that what you would do? Like, if you were in Christ's day, and if those apostles, or if Christ himself, if they were to come here, and if they were to say what President Holland said at BYU, would you do that? Like, if you're a true member of the church, you're not a tare, a tare meaning like an imitator, something that's not a real member. You're there probably because you're a narcissist, and you're using the church for narcissistic reasons. I've done lots of videos on that, so if you're wondering what I'm talking about, go watch some of my other videos. But how is it that if you really do believe that this is really truly the church, how are you going to say that an apostle is wrong? And he's talking about doctrinal issues, right? I feel like people that are against getting the hokey pokey, or some people call it the Fauci ouchie, I feel like they have a stronger position to not want to do what the First Presidency counseled us, because that they even said that it's not a doctrinal issue. Your salvation does not depend on whether you get the hokey pokey, but they are advising us to do it. Yeah, but that's something for another channel. But in this case, President Holland is talking about doctrinal issues, and there's all these professors and students and groups and whatever that are going to a church university that should have church values and support church doctrine, and they're going against it. Like, it just doesn't, like, it. That's the part that doesn't make any sense. If you are against the doctrines of the church, why would you go? If you're a genuine person, why would you go to a church school? Of course, we know that the answer is that there are tares and there are narcissists everywhere, and a lot of them probably like think that this is their opportunity for notoriety. Notoriety is just another form of narcissistic supply, a way to gain attention, a way to stand out, a way to feel special. That's all that matters to a narcissist, right? Is that they stand out, that they are above everybody, that they get praise and, get those pats on the back, like, oh wow, you're so courageous for what you did at the graduation ceremony and coming out to everybody, at a church school, nonetheless. That's what they're doing it for. Like I said, there are probably a very small minority of people that are genuinely rainbow people. And if you're a rainbow person and you're a true disciple of Christ, you're not going to be parading it. You're not going to be pushing for it. You'll understand the doctrines of the church. And it sucks, but it sucks for everybody else that struggles with their own vices. You're not the only one. And it's not special. There's an agenda that's trying to make it seem like it's special and trying to make it seem like it's something that it's not. But anyway, I just realized that, this talk, it's served as a separation event. And maybe the Lord planned it that way. I don't know. Maybe this is just something that was inevitable in these last days as the world becomes wickeder and wickeder, that the church is going to have to stand firm and put their foot down and be like, no, this is a church school and we adhere to church doctrine. And we've made clear what we can and what we cannot do for these rainbow people. Right? So, anyway, we know that the separation's been going on for a while. There's always been a separation between the wicked and the righteous for the entire history of the world. But it's definitely grown in these last days. And the first really big time that it happened, or when it really got going, was probably in the 60s with the counterculture movement. And then I think things kind of quieted down a bit for the next few decades. And then once we had the war in Afghanistan, and specifically the war in Iraq, that's when I think things really got hyper political and very, very divided, because then you started listening to the mainstream media. You had Fox News on the one side and all the others on the other side, and the whole country dividing themselves in those two camps. And and now the war, we've been done with the Iraq war, and now the war in Afghanistan is over. And but that hasn't made that divide go away. If anything, it's just kind of increased, almost exponentially, because things are getting really crazy. Now you can't even speak your mind without talking in code words, and going to other platforms in some cases. And this thing that's going on at BYU is just I feel like it's starting to reach fever pitch. And yeah, this talk probably didn't help that. It probably helped move that along, the separation and the divide. But we can't just give in to evil, right? We can give people an opportunity to change and maybe take a hint that they need to stop. But at some point, you've got to put your foot down and be like, okay, we've reached a point where we're going to start separating ourselves from some of these professors. Maybe some of you just need to go, and maybe we don't need to fund certain programs at BYU. This tithing money can be used in a different way. So we are in a very, very interesting time. We need to watch everything that's going on. I'd say that this is one of the signs of the times, what just happened, because who knows how everything's going to go down moving forward. Those ducks better not go in my neighbor's yard. Like sometimes the electric fence doesn't really dissuade some of the birds from going outside the perimeter. Yep, there they go. They're going into his yard. All right, I'm gonna have to cut this short. Well, I was about to end anyway. So, okay, so I'm gonna go now. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video if you liked it, hit the notification bell. Please leave comments. Love to hear what you have to say, and I'll talk to you later.